The real story behind the Trojan War, fact versus myth ***. We all know the legend. A prince steals a queen. 1,000 ships set sail. A great city burns to the ground, all because of love and a giant wooden horse. For over 3,000 years, the story of the Trojan War has captured imaginations, passed down through epic poems, paintings, and blockbuster films. But what if everything we thought we knew was only half true? The tale comes from Homer's Iliad, one of the oldest works of Western literature. According to the myth, Paris of Troy abducts Helen, wife of the Spartan king Menelaus. In response, the Greeks unite under King Agamemnon, launch a massive fleet, and lay siege to Troy for 10 long years. Warriors like Achilles, Hector, and Odysseus clash in legendary battles. And finally, in a moment of cunning brilliance, the Greeks present a wooden horse as a gift. The Trojans, believing the war is over, pull it inside their city walls. That night, Greek soldiers hidden inside emerge, open the gates, and Troy falls. It's a story of passion, honor, and divine intervention. But how much of it is real? For centuries, scholars dismissed the Trojan War as pure fiction. But that began to change in the late 19th century, when a German businessman and amateur archaeologist named Heinrich Schliemann claimed he had found the ruins of Troy. Guided by clues from Homer's texts, he dug into a hill in northwestern Turkey, Hizarlik, and unearthed the remains of an ancient city. But what Schliemann discovered was more complicated than he expected. The site contained not just one city, but 9 different layers, each representing a city built atop the last, destroyed and rebuilt over centuries. Among these, one stood out, Troy Vieille. This city, dating to around 1200 BCE, had clearly met a violent end. Collapsed walls, scorched buildings, and skeletons found in strange positions hinted at war and chaos. Could this have been Homer's Troy? Maybe, but there's a problem. Homer lived centuries after the events he described. His stories were based on generations of oral tradition. That means heroes could have been exaggerated, and the role of gods and fate completely invented. The Iliad was entertainment as much as history, written to inspire, not report. So, if there was a real war, what caused it? Some modern historians believe it wasn't about Helen or love at all. Troy's location, right near the Dardanelles, was key. It sat on a major trade route connecting the Aegean Sea to the Black Sea. Whoever controlled Troy controlled commerce. So maybe the Greeks weren't avenging a stolen queen. They were seizing an opportunity, a strategic conquest dressed up in romance and heroism. And then there's the wooden horse. There's no archaeological evidence it ever existed. No carvings, no descriptions outside Homer's stories. So what was it? Some think it was a metaphor, perhaps a siege tower or battering ram. Others suggest it symbolized an earthquake, especially since Poseidon, god of both horses and quakes, was said to be angry at Troy. In other words, the horse may have never had legs at all. If we strip away the myths, we begin to see a different kind of war. One that likely lasted months, not years. Fought by tired, disease-ridden soldiers. A siege that ended not with divine tricks but with starvation, betrayal, or brute force. A real city destroyed by real people for real political gain. And yet, the story lives on. For thousands of years, the myth of Troy has echoed across cultures. Shakespeare referenced it. Hollywood reinvented it. Historians and poets alike still chase its mystery. Why? Because the story of Troy, true or not, speaks to something deeper. The tragic beauty of human ambition, love, pride, and the devastating cost of war. So, did the Trojan War really happen? Probably. Was it anything like what Homer described? Probably not, but buried beneath the ashes of myth, the truth still lingers, waiting to be discovered.